Joan Rivers was making leg makeup.
Leg makeup.
Did you know this?
Yeah,
On QVC.
I don't know where my glasses.
Joan Rivers was solving problems you didn't even know you had. This is how important comedians are.
Yeah.
Do you realize that comedians have not just been the truth tellers, the people that are going to stand up to authority figures, the calling out the bullshitters, whatever. Like, comedians have been solving problems like that. Comedians don't just make the ha-has and the hee-hees. They also go like, who's going to do something about that?
Wait, so you're saying they've been solving problems like leg tan?
As a woman,
changing the world.
Look at you know me. You know that I get attacked by dogs every couple hours.
Yes.
You've got scars on your legs. You've got ugly legs. You don't want to wear pantyhose. Look at that. Instead of wearing pantyhose, she said, no, just use this cream.
Change the world.
Joan Rivers.
Yeah.
Her comedian.
And Steve Jobs.
Yeah. You could have no legs and it looks like you have legs.
She was selling that
Oscar
on
Pistorius buys that.
QVC.
But do you think like she didn't invent it? Like she probably teamed up, put her name on it.
Of course, but she was the one that was like, look, you sick of wearing pantyhose, having those, and she was able to sell it with charisma. She was able to convince you that you needed this thing, you know? And it's like comedian. I want to remind myself that comedians, as much as we're just these silly gooses and we're drunks and we're messes and we're crazy and we're like business people. We are also business people.
And so influencing and lying are two aspects of business.
Yes.
You know?
It's marketing, selling. Yeah. So you're a comedian. You must have some entrepreneurial ideas because you got a little capital. What would you create? Would it be like a bridle for dogs so they can't bite each other?
As you all know, I'm sure Yannis did save my life. I was in a dog fight. I was in what I think can easily be described as a jam.
Yeah, it was a pickle.
I was in a pickle.
You were in a pickle, yeah.
Between two female pit bulls that were trying to kill each other. And I was like, I got it. I've been in Hollywood 15 years. I'll take this one.
Yeah, actually, it's probably
I've had
harder.
to hang out with female comedians at the Comedy Store. I got this.
Yeah.
It was probably harder than that, yeah.
And Yannis saved my life. So Yannis is uniquely qualified to know about the dangers I put myself in. I really did want to be an inventor.
You probably, like, what would it be?
I wanted to be an inventor. I just, like, since I was a kid, I was always trying to, like, solve really big problems.
Right.
Like, with inventions. And I want to say, like, 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, I got really obsessed with EMFs that are, you know, like the radiation that's coming from the phones to the satellites back to, and I went to Under Armour. And I had done all this research. And I sat down with, like, the head guy from Under Armour. And I was like, hey, don't you think we should start like doing clothes that are EMF proof? So when you're on planes, we're on planes all the time, you know, like putting computers on your balls. We don't have the data yet, but I do believe in like, we know something's up here. There's gotta be something. And by the way, even if there's not, people will buy something just to know that they're protected from something, even if we find out later it wasn't a threat. Right. I want to know that I at least try. I'd rather buy the thing that I don't need.
And even if you just market the threat and just say it's there and say scientists say, that's all you got to say is scientists say.
It's called snake oil.
Yeah, scientists say there's a threat. You got to protect yourself from the FBI or whatever that acronym was.
Yeah, placebo effect is an effect in both ways.
Yes.
If we say it's a problem, it's probably a problem.
Yes.
Us stressing out about it is giving us cancer. We're getting cancer either way.
Either way, we're
stressing out about the fake problem or the actual problem. Either way, we're in trouble.
It's the stress that gets you. Yeah.
So I was in this situation where I was like, okay, EMFs. Like we're being bombarded with EMFs just constantly all the time. And once you get into that,
what are EMFs?
EMFs.
You got to explain that to him because he thinks it's a new rap group.
Does sound like a rap group act. Yeah.
No, it's the radiation that from cell phone towers.
Okay, gotcha.
That goes to satellites. I mean, we send a text, it goes to space and comes back and hits us in our body.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it worked that way.
Yeah, it does.
Oh.
What did you think? How did you think it worked?
I thought there was like a string attached to all the phones. I didn't know. That's fucking wild.
You know what's wild about you? I truly believe the smartest people sometimes come off the dumbest. Isn't that true? Because smart people, the reason they get smart is because they ask a lot of questions. And smart people will ask a question like that.
Yeah, I think smart people are always really dumb in other areas.
Yes, yes. Like I love that one of my favorite moments is someone that I see as being so incredibly smart and just like a wealth of knowledge, being like, what does that mean?
Yeah. I think it's dumb. Smart people there's always smart in like one area and then they're really dumb in others.
The coolest thing you can do as a person is say you don't know something.
Yes.
In this day of like know it all, everyone's got an opinion, everyone's got an answer, to be like, I don't know.
It's very hard to be transparent.
Like I just fell in love with you. Like I am wet
as a brother. Well, you are from Virginia, so that works as a brother.
Yes, that's very on brand.
Hey, but I cannot tell you how attractive it is when someone goes, "What does that mean?
Yeah,
how does that work?"
Right.
It makes you realize how full of shit most people always are.
Yeah, pretty soon he's gonna be like, "How do these cameras work again, Whitney? Whitney, how do these lights work? How does everything work?"
No way,
Whitney?
this is recording. But invention. Oh, so I was like, I got it. We should do EMF proof clothing, or have the option to EMF proof, your baby's crib or paint or something. Like I've always been like thought like that. And I've always wanted to like invent stuff, and I'm obsessed with Shark Tank. Like I'm always obsessed with like how to make this easier and how to save 3 seconds. Like I was like, everyone makes fun of me when I first started doing stand up. I used to only wear Velcro shoes because it like saved me time. I was like, I'm the person that's like, okay, well, it takes 30 seconds to tie both shoes, like 30 seconds times, every day, 7 days a week. Like Nick, my best friend Nick, like he's like a sports person. Like who was the athlete that said there 5-minute breaks? If you take a 5-minute break every practice to practice while everyone else is taking a break,
Kobe probably.
You'll be like 2 years ahead of them.
Probably
if you
Kobe.
practice.
Sounds like Kobe. You're obsessed with saving time. The Velcro save you 30 seconds during sex. Do you get upset if it goes long? Are you going like, come on, I got things to do. I take
Lunesta an hour before. So you're going to have to ask Alex about that.
Alex!
I multitask on a...
What do you like to fuck Whitney?
Do you use Velcro condoms?
Velcro condoms. Condoms? I haven't thought about a condom in so long.
Wait, I'm curious. When you're having sex, like the dogs are always with you. Like I remember when me and my wife are making love. I don't like when the dog is in there.
Mm-hmm. I feel like everyone has a joke about this. The dogs are in the crates when I am having sex.
But they're in the room?
They can't. I am the alpha. They cannot see their alpha being degraded the way I am degraded.
Right.
When people are like, oh, my dog's on the bed when I was having sex, I was like, no wonder your dog doesn't respect you.
Right.
That's just why your dog jumps on everybody and doesn't sit and come when you call. Because you get cummed on.
You just got cummed on and likely choked.
Your dog knows when you're being degraded.
So do you...
You can't get fish hooked in front of your dog. It'll never respect you again.
Can't do doggy style in front of your dog.
Nope.
If Alex is being a little dominant and then the dog walks in, do you flip him over and choke? Do you get in the... I can't have Frankie see me like this. You start punching Alex.
I mean, sucking a dick looks dominant.
It's the most dominant
thing. It is.
You do have all the power in that moment.
Luckily, like things that humans do that are super submissive to dogs probably look dominant.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks like you're
if you're sucking someone else's dick, it kind of looks like you're just killing and they're like, what? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is dominant in the sense that the guy is like out of it and like you're in control.
And someone, since I am a turtle bottom,
When you're what?
I just said eternal bottom.
Yeah.
I think it's a terminal bottom. I'm like, what sickness you got?
No, that's Rachel Dolezal.
Yeah.
No, someone. Why do I not want to say being fucked? If I would just talk like this, I'd be call her daddy, and I would.
Yeah, because your set looks like Sesame Street, and you're not sure if you use that language. Yeah.
I don't know why. Like I'm worried about being dirty all of a sudden. But when you're getting fucked, it's oddly you're working for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're serving me.